Welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast with Jacob Ayers, providing actionable content to help you along your journey to financial freedom through real estate investing. As the premier asset class, real estate has helped ordinary people just like you amass fortunes. The benefits of passive income from real estate investing will allow you to live a life you want. And now your host, entrepreneur, real estate investor, and apartment deal syndicator, Jacob Ayers.
Hi, and welcome to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, episode 51. You're listening to Friday Fundamentals with your host, Jacob Ayers. First, I want to give a shout out to a couple 5-star reviews on iTunes. Jay Barship says, Jacob and his guests share actionable and inspiring lessons on how to become a better real estate investor and, more importantly, a better overall person. Highly recommend listening and subscribing to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom if you want knowledge and mindsets to reach your overall business goals and achieve financial freedom as a result. Jason Cavendish says this podcast clears away all the confusion most people have about jumping into the world of real estate investing. Great podcast and very informative. Thank you all for the great reviews. I'm not sure I deserve all of that, but hey, I'll take it. Now with listeners from over 25 different countries, I bring to you this week's episode of Friday Fundamentals. This week's Friday Fundamental is learning to raise money. This episode is all about learning to raise money and understanding how to use other people's money to grow your real estate portfolio. Ask any real estate investor and they'll tell you that they've eventually ran out of their own money to invest. The most savvy real estate investors understand this hurdle and have learned how to raise money and have access to virtually unlimited capital for deals. While I am a proponent of buying a small multifamily for your first investment property and growing your portfolio organically, I do understand the value of raising money for deals and scaling to a meaningful passive income stream. Let's start with the negatives of raising money. It can be intimidating to ask investors for money. The investor is investing in both you and the property and will scrutinize both. Raising money requires work. You have to network, market, and constantly be looking for deals. There are laws that you must follow when raising money from other people. You must understand these laws and go through additional steps to ensure they are being followed. When you're raising money from investors as equity partners, you won't own 100% of the deal. Now let's look at the positives of raising money. By raising money, you can buy real estate without having to use all of your own money to invest. Raising money can increase your ability to buy more expensive properties than you could afford on your own. By having partners, you spread the risk among everyone, decreasing each person's exposure. Each deal will be analyzed by you and the investors, so the chance of missing something or incorrectly underwriting something is lessened. You can provide investment opportunities to investors who otherwise wouldn't have these types of opportunities. And you and your partners can buy real estate that other individual investors aren't able to. Considering both the pros and cons, you can determine if raising money will support your goals. We've focused a lot on multifamily investing through syndication and crowdfunding with guests like David Thompson, Brian Burke, Rod Cleef, and Joe Fairless, just to name a few. Each of these highly successful investors have realized the power of partnerships and raising money and have strategically grown their business through such. Raising money can drastically increase your ability to buy real estate. It can open up a new world of opportunities. The question for most people is when, not if they'll start raising money. Here are a few actionable steps for those interested in starting to raise money. First, build a network of potential investors. These people don't have to be traditional real estate investors. They can be family, friends, co-workers, and other people who you see or talk to. Always tell people about what you're doing. This can be done with a polished elevator pitch. When the opportunity for small talk arises in a social setting, at work, or in passing with acquaintances, have that elevator pitch in your back pocket. Analyze as many deals as you can. This practice will help you be able to quickly and more easily identify deals in the future. You'll need some type of calculator or spreadsheet. If you don't have one, you can find one online or build one yourself. I've tried a lot of them, and I personally prefer the Syndicated Deal Analyzer by Michael Blanc. It's a paid product, but it's been invaluable to me. Create a sample deal package with the details of the property and the deal and use it to talk with investors about. This doesn't have to be a real deal, but can be one similar to your target deal. These few things will get you started on the path to raising money. Syndication is the top of the real estate game and will require a lot of hard work. The reward, though, can be great. As with anything worthwhile, it takes learning, practice, and dedication. So get out there and start laying the groundwork for your real estate empire. Before you know it, you'll be a successful real estate syndicator, providing great investment opportunities and building wealth for both yourself and your partners. That wraps up this week's episode of Friday Fundamentals. I hope you're getting value out of the show. If you've liked what you've heard so far, please leave the show a rating and review in iTunes or whichever platform you're listening on. As always, if you have any questions or comments, or want to hear something or someone specific on the show, reach out to me. You can contact me at www.jacobayers.com/contact or connect with me on Facebook at The Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom. Till next week, signing off, I'm your host, Jacob Ayers.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom podcast, providing you actionable content to build your real estate empire. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for personal advice. The opinions of guests are their own. Information is not guaranteed. All investment strategies have a potential for profit or loss. The host is operating on behalf of the Real Estate Way to Wealth and Freedom, LLC, exclusively.